For most of us, we know exactly where we were on September 11th, 2001. We remember watching the horrific events of that morning unfold. It will be 10 years this September since that day. Memorials will happen around the country to remember the more than 3,000 people who died. In Newton, a new committee formed to help remember not only the 8 people from Newton who died, but the heroic efforts of the police, the firefighters, and ordinary citizens. To discuss the Newton 911 Memorial or 9/11 Memorial Committee and its goal are Sandy Young and Ginny Gardner. Thank you both for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Now, Sandy, you are the founder, co-founder of this committee. Why did you start this committee?
Well, I read in the Boston Globe that the town of Acton was gathering and having raising money to have a 9/11 memorial built there, and I said, why can't we do that here? It's been 10 years, and I can't believe nobody has even come up with the idea, so I started talking to people that I know, and we formed a committee. We met the beginning of May, and we've been working with the mayor's office. They're on board with us, and the Parks and Recreation Department, and we've just been going from there. We've organized, and we have a nonprofit organization organized so we can raise money. And we want to have a memorial built, hopefully on City Hall. We're working on that. We've already gotten the Veterans Council to approve it overwhelmingly.
Oh, great. And you were looking for a site. Did you actually happen to find a site?
Well,
where is it?
We're not positive, but we wanted to be on the north lawn, right on Commonwealth Avenue.
Okay.
If we can't do it there, then the second option is across the street on the Carriage Road.
I see, okay. Now you're looking for architects to kind of put something together, design something pro bono. How has that search been going?
Well, we've had an ad in the Tab for about 4 weeks now, and so far we have about 4 people that have shown an interest in submitting their idea as a design, and we're going to have a design competition. There'll be 30 people to judge it on July 5th.
But there's a deadline of July 1st to have all of those designs in your hands to present them to the 30 members who will decide.
Right. We'll all be meeting in City Hall, and we want to have a lot of input. So it's not just the committee. It's going to be Aaron Goldman, and it's going to be Bob Derubis. It's going to be somebody from the Veterans Council, somebody from the police, somebody from the firemen. Let's see, there's somebody else too.
Sounds like you have quite a lot of volunteers that are willing to step up, and
we also want to have input from one of the families who lost somebody on 9/11. So it's going to be interesting. So we will choose our design.
How many people are involved with you right now?
Well, there's 24 on the committee.
24 on the committee.
Yes.
And then you have the extra few that you'll find along the way.
Well, we found them.
Found them.
It has to be very clear how many people, exactly who's on the jury.
Right. Yeah. And you're also obviously a nonprofit organization, so that means you're looking for donations.
That's right.
And Ginny, that's where you come in.
Yes. I got on board with Sandy the first meeting, and she invited me to be on the fundraising committee, and I missed a meeting and I was made chair. So it tells you go to every meeting. But it's a great group of people. There's Tom Sheff, Lois Charles, Jessica Locke, Bob Conley, Sandy Young, and I. And we immediately went to work. And immediately, the people on this branch of the committee are just as passionate as Sandy, and they're just as dedicated. And Lois Charles goes out, I think, every night and every weekend with a can and tries to get money. Sandy's made tons of calls. The guys have helped us as well. We're all really soliciting everybody we can to get money. And it's a 501(c), although we're dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
Right, because you're waiting for IRS approval.
Right, and so it is a 501(c), but we've had, even without that official seal, we've had people donate. Capasso Realty Trust immediately sent a check for $500. Ken the Florist, the aldermen, some of the aldermen are already on board. Village Bank wants to see the design. So it's really, just by Lois and everyone just going out and getting some money. We've collected quite a bit, not anywhere near what we need. We really need people to send in money. We really, 9/11, I didn't have anyone that was involved in 9/11, but every day when I'm working, and I have a preschool, so when I'm in the yard with the kids and I look up and I see a day that there's not a cloud in the sky, it brings it back. And I think we were all just as killed that moment as everybody in those towers. They were at the wrong place at the wrong time, but it affects all of us. We were attacked, and this is about us. And everyone in the city, there were 8 people. That's not even counting someone that went up to, I think it was Lois or Sandy, and said, my brother was here, he's not from Newton, happened to have a meeting in the cafe, and he was killed. So we say 8, but there are many more. And all the, as we all know, all the police and firemen that rushed in without thinking of themselves. And so this is about all of us. This is about, there used to be, I think, 86,000 people in Newton.
Right, they were right around 85.
So. 85. So if every person in Newton gave $1, there we go. We'd have more and more and more than enough. So it's up to everyone in Newton to remember people like you and I went to work and were killed, and send in some money. The firefighters, Sandy mentioned, Jay Borges is a firefighter from Newton. He's on board with this. He's going to represent the fire.
Oh, good.
He's on board. We're meeting with Tom Lopez on Friday. He's going to get the rest of the firefighters involved. We'll do the same with the police. So it's going.
It's moving.
It's moving.
We've had an
excellent response.
Yeah, in the month and a half since you've started, it seems to have progressed fairly quickly.
Yes.
Really
and obviously you have quite a lot of work to do between now and September 11th. I mean, this is going to be a quick turnaround, I would think. After July 5th, you pick the designer, the architect, and do you have a vision of what you want, or are you just leaving it wide open?
We want it to be kind of like an outdoor room where people can go and they can kind of contemplate on it and never forget, and just something very serene. That's what we're looking for, something like that. Yeah.
And you've already obviously given those kind of requests to the design architects and see what they come up with. So they have until July 1st to do so.
That's right.
We want it to be, and I don't want to speak for Sandy, I envision it to be something where every spirit comes home to. Everyone that lost anybody can go there and feel their loved one is there and come home. That kind of a feeling, that's what I envision. And so we'll look at all the designs and we'll all vote and see what happens.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you both for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, absolutely. And I look forward to seeing the final product in September. And if you would like more information, you can visit their website at newton9-11.org. Newton News will be right back.